My name is Annie. Welcome or welcome back to Annie's Flock Weekly Live. And we are doing this live with Lucy, my Indian ringneck, because this is a topic that has been chosen by all of the people that follows me on Instagram and YouTube. So we're going to talk about this little lady. I'm doing something a little bit different this time. I'm trying to do the horizontal live instead of vertical. So we'll see how that goes. It will be on replay as well as of tomorrow, most likely. Ooh, what's happening? On the channel. So if you missed it, you can watch it there. But let me know which one you like better. Without going into a crash course of YouTube, but I just want to say the difference if you wonder. So if you don't really see the difference, basically is that vertical, it goes into like a vertical live stream feed that is like the same as the short stories of short YouTube videos, if you will. So there's all kinds of random people that have access to this, that just jump on it, that are not necessarily interested into the topic because they're just scrolling and getting onto the live. But when I do horizontal like this, it's only if you follow me that you will see the live. If you go on YouTube, or if you saw the link that I shared either on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, then you can click on the link and you can go on the live. But it's not gonna be like random people, if you will. So I don't have tons of followers, so we'll see. Right now, there's nobody on the live stream, so maybe there will be nobody. Maybe you'll just watch it later. That's okay. But if there are people joining, I will say hi and ask if there's any question about Lucy. Okay, so enough with the YouTube talk. Let's talk about Lucy now, because there's a lot of things to say about her story. So hopefully I can cram this into half an hour. If I can't, and we're not done yet after half an hour, maybe there will be a part 2, and you let me know in the comments if you want a part 2. Okay, so let's just jump right in, okay? So the story with Lucy here, my Indian ringneck, starts, for me, it starts back in December of 2022. So we need to go to understand the whole thing. We need to, I think, go back to before I had her. And the first time ever I heard about her or seen her, and that is back in December of 2022. So back then, I only had my 2 budgies, Baby Blue and Fluff. I did not have that channel. I did not have an Instagram page. Annie's Flock wasn't a thing. It was just me and my 2 budgies. But I was really, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm receiving a call on my phone and I'm filming on my phone. This is great. So I got distracted. I'm so sorry, you guys. Back then, I only had Tit Fluff and Baby Blue, my 2 budgies, and I was obsessed with parrot training videos. So I wasn't obsessed with Instagram, TikTok, cute parrot videos. I was more obsessed about the psychology behind parrots, the behavior that parrots have, how to train them. So I was watching videos on YouTube. Yeah, most of the time they were YouTube videos but I was doing tons of research about training parrots and parrots' behavior and different type of parrots. And I really wanted to experience having a bigger bird than my budgies. So I did but I didn't really trust my abilities because I'm sorry, I just touched my mic. Hopefully that wasn't loud. I didn't really know if I had the skills in me to deal with a parrot, but I really wanted to experience it. I was really interested in the concept of training, of understanding the behavior. Oh, I feel like she's not going to stay the whole time with me. Anyways, so all that to say, I was doing a lot of research, and then I decided that I wanted to have a little bit of a bigger parrot, like a small type of parrot, small, medium size. So I started researching different birds to see which one would work for me. She saw something outside, I think. Oh my gosh, you're so cute. So what type of bird would work for me with the space that I have, where I live, what type of behavior I'm looking for, right? Or maybe she's seeing herself in the video, I'm not sure. Anyways, she's kind of funny. And then my options, what I decided to do was I was debating between a conure or an Indian ringneck. So I started looking into, yeah, she's gone. So she might come back. We'll see. So I was debating between these two. So I was looking at prices. I was looking at breeders in my area. I was looking at rehome. I was looking at all these things. Oh, I think she wants treats. Do you want to come here? I'm going to give you a treat, Lucy. Lucy, come on, baby. Come. Do you want a treat? Do you want a treat? Come on. Come, baby. Come on. Come on. Come on. You're going to get a treat. Oh, good job. And the first time that I saw her, I started following on Facebook a breeder in my area, and no, I will not name him. And I started looking at what was the options, and I saw this girl on his page. So she's not a baby, but what it was saying in the description is she was to be rehomed because she was a breeding bird that got rejected by the male that she was supposed to be paired with, and the male decided to, like, basically the male saw another female and completely rejected her. So the breeder just wanted to rehome her because she didn't really have any purpose for him, I guess. And then the only thing that also the message was saying is that she was untamed, not to be handled. She needed like a bigger cage because Indian ringneck has long tails, and she needs like what type of diet she would need, like fresh veggies, blah, 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 all of that. And then that she was 6 years old. So I was really hesitating, and I really pondered about it, thought about it. And then I thought, maybe it's not the right fit for me because she's untamed. She's not to be handled. This is going to be a big challenge for me to train her because I really didn't have any experience with like bigger birds outside of like, I just had my budgies. And my budgies, if you know about them, if you've seen any other videos about them, they're really bonded together. So my interaction with them is very, I'm a turd willer, like I'm turd willing in that relationship, if you will. Like they really don't care about me unless I have spray millet in my hands. Okay, come here, baby. Come here. Are you eating leftovers from Olive's dinner, breakfast? Come here. Okay, want to spin? Spin. Come on. Spin. Come on. Spin. Good job. So I was really doubting my ability to be able to train her and to do anything with her. Then I found another breeder a little bit further away. They were breeding conures, specifically black Cape conures and green cheek conures. And I ended up having Olive, my black Cape conure, because she was hand tamed, and then she would like, yeah. Basically, I ordered a bird the way I want it to be. So, anyways, that's a different story. If you want to hear Olive's story, let me know in the comments below, and I can do a live or a video about Olive's stories. But basically, I had Olive instead of Lucy. I decided to pick a different bird. Now we move fast forward to December of 2023. Now this is a year later. And I'm just scrolling on Facebook, and I come across the same breeder in my area posting about her again. He's posting pictures of her, and he says, basically, this lady is still up for grab. I had a few potential, I had a few people that were interested, and they ended up not being a good fit. She like, I'm looking for someone that she's still not to be handled, but she would be really happy to just be in her cage and have someone to interact with her, or to be in a more active, maybe family or something like that. But she is not to be handled. So I was like, oh my God, I felt so sad, because this bird now is 7 years old, and this is a year later. She's still alone. She doesn't have a mate, and she doesn't really have anyone to interact with. So this bird has been alone in a cage for at least a year. That's what I know at this point. So I feel so bad. And I have, now that I had almost a year with Olive of training her and doing all kinds of things. And I started actually an Instagram page at that point about my birds. And just because I was so obsessed with my birds, and especially Olive. Olive was cracking me up and doing all kinds of fun things. I didn't want to just post all the bird stuff on my personal page. Anyway, so basically I had my personal Instagram and then Annie's flock, but it was more so just to showcase what I was doing with my birds, not really like educating people or anything like that. But now I knew I had some skills to be able to train a bird to do some stuff, right? So I knew that I could potentially do something with her. I had more confidence in me. So I'm a sometimes very impulsive person. So I messaged the breeder and I said, I already have 3 birds, and I'm explaining how I deal with my birds, because I can see that he saw that other people weren't a good fit for her. So I thought, I think I am a good fit, but I need to show him that I'm a good fit. So I tell him what type of cage I have, what my birds are being fed, like all these things, so that he understands I do have knowledge and I know what I'm doing. And I said, so how do you act? Like, how much do you want for her? So he tells me the price, and I'm like, wow, this is a steal. So basically he needed to get rid of her. Like, he had no purpose, right? She had no purpose for him. So, and it's been a year now. So I'm like, okay, I don't have the cage right now. I'm going to order the cage that I need for her. And as soon as the cage comes in, I'm going to go get her. Do you need like a deposit, blah, 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 whatever we arrange. I get the cage, and then I go get her. I think, like, was it 2 days before Christmas or 2 days after Christmas? Something like that. I go get her. This is where her story really, from what I can tell you about her story, how it begins. Because previous to this, it was more like how I decided to get her, right? So, and a little bit of what I knew. So her story really, on what I know, begins here. So I get there, and now you'll understand why I don't really want to name that breeder. First is in he's no longer really in my area, but he's a well-known breeder. I don't feel comfortable sharing who he is online. He does have a YouTube channel as well. So, anyways, I get there, and then I have my little bird carrier that is really long. So that the one that I actually use with her right now as we speak, very long, so she can walk in. Her tail is fine, no issue. And then he says, "Oh," so first I get in. She's in a tiny little box, it's like she just fits in that box. It's like a presentation cage for budgies almost, or like smaller birds, like it's all clear. There's no, there's a door in the front with bars, but there's no bars around it. It's more like a presentation cage for like shows and stuff, I guess. Anyway, so she's in there and she's like losing her shit. Like literally. She's like flapping her wings everywhere. She's screaming. By the way, I have never heard her scream like this since that time. She's never done that scream ever with me. Ever, ever, ever. She was really losing her shit. And I was really scared. I was like, oh my gosh, she's going to break a wing, or she's going to break her tail, or what is happening? And then he said, yeah, we're not going to put her in that bird carrier. It's not safe enough. And I was like, what? Anyway, so all of this, I was a little bit uncomfortable, to be honest. And then he took a net, and then he opened the door of that box, and then she was like freaking out. So and then he just tilted the box a little bit. She landed into the net. He closed the net. She was like freaking out again. And I was starting to freak out a little bit too. Do you want to spin? Okay. Want to spin? Spin. Good job. I was starting to freak out a little bit too. I was like, what is happening here? Like, I've never seen someone act like this with a bird. So I was like, oh. And she was like really losing her mind. And then he put her in like a cardboard, just like a regular like cardboard box, cardboard. I can't pronounce, like a brown box, like a brown paper box. And he punched holes in it, and he dumped her in there and just like taped it shut. And I was shocked to see at this point, because I know that he said other people weren't a good fit. At this point, I'm like, why are those people not a good fit? Like, what happened? And I just want to save her from that place at that point. So I'm not really arguing with him. I'm not saying anything. I'm just like, dude, you need to take my money. I need to get the hell out. I'm not saying this, but this is what I think in my mind. But I'm trying to get a little bit more information about her now that she's calm in that box, that she doesn't see anything. She's like, just not really moving and not screaming anymore. I want to know a little bit more about her, because I want to know how far am I in my journey with her? Where are we starting? So I asked question about, does she have a favorite treat? He's like, no, not really. I don't really give her treats. And then I said, does she have like a preferred way of bathing, like spray bottle, or does she like, what type of like bath does she likes? And he's like, well, I don't really offer that. She's gonna bathe sometimes in her water dish. I'm like, okay. And she looked rough, like she really looked rough. So I was like, okay. And then he said, here, I'm going to give you, I might have asked other questions. I can't really remember. Those two are the main ones that I remember. But at this point also, like, I'm just like, okay, I don't think I'm going to have any information from this guy. I just need to leave. Like, we need to leave before he changes his mind. So he says, okay, so I'm going to give you this bag of food. This is what I feed her with. So if you want to change her diet, maybe you can slowly introduce a different diet. I'm like, okay. So I give her the money. I give him the money. I take the bird. I leave. And then I'm in the car and my partner at that time was with me, and I tell him all of this. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe this. This is insane. And I said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do anything with her really. At that point, I'm thinking if I'm able to first do a diet conversion with her properly so that she can be on a healthy diet, because that bag was a bag of treats, peanuts, uh, dried fruits, what was there and also in there, peanuts, dried fruits, all kinds of nuts, corn. There was like, it was awful. It was sunflower seeds. Like it was just treats. There was no healthy foods in there. None. So I was like, okay, this is what she's being fed. And fair enough, the diet conversion, it was quite the challenge. But at this point in my mind, oh, I forgot a very important details. Oh my gosh, yes, we're there. And then he says to me, so she's not to be handled again. I tell you, she's not tame. And then you should really get yourself a net like this, like the one he used, because if she escapes from her cage, it's going to be much better and much easier to get her back in her cage with a net than a towel. Again, I really want to leave. I really want to leave there. I don't want to leave her in that space, because I'm like, oh my gosh, there will be no net and there will be no towels. Like that's not how, absolutely not. The towel will be like worst case scenario, something happens, I have to bring her to the vet or whatever. Anyways, or I have to medicate her or whatever. But no. I'm devastated a little bit. I'm shocked about like the whole situation at that point. So anyways, I get in the car and then I tell my partner at the time, I said, you know what? If I'm able to train that bird with a target, so target training, and to be able to get her out of the cage while I clean her cage, or for her to spend sometimes outside a little bit and to eventually maybe fly, and then target her back in her cage when I need her to go back, I'm going to be happy. This is going to be huge, because at this point, she's 7 years old. I know that she's been stuck in a cage for at least a year. And then if this is how he transports her from a place to another one with the net, that is all she knows. And by what he told me about the net story, I'm like, okay, so that means that if she ever escaped from her cage, oh yeah, and then he also said, yeah, so be careful also, because when you're gonna put food, if you put your hand in the cage, she's gonna lunge at you. I'm like, okay. So at this point, I know that she probably doesn't really fly. For the last year at least, I haven't flown, no flying, no interaction with someone. When she gets out of her cage, she gets put back in with a net. Like this is like worst case scenario almost. So I'm like, wow, where am I going with this? So I have like really, really little expectations at that point. Oh my gosh, already 24 minutes. I knew this would be a long story. There's so much to say. And so I bring her home. I put her in her cage. And then slowly she settles down. I can see she's a little bit chubby, I find, but I'm like, okay, is she actually chubby, or is she all puffed out because she's scared and she wants to show that she's like big and scary? So I let her settle in a little bit, and then I look at her, I talk to her softly, and I realize that she's missing a claw. So I don't know if you can see here. I don't know if you can see, but like the foot that is closer to you guys, to the camera, there's one of her, like one of the claws is missing, like it's cut like right here. You want a treat, baby? I don't know if you can see it, but one is there, the other one isn't. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what the heck happened there? So I don't know. It might have been cut by, is it the male that attacked her? Because I don't know how rejected she was by that male. Was it another bird that got onto her cage and attacked her and bit her nail off? Because it's been bit real good, because it's not there and it's not growing back for sure. Or is it when she was a baby? Because that happens sometimes when they're babies and they're all together, and sometimes they bit each other's toes or whatever. Are you okay, baby? What's going on? Do you want to eat my hair? Yeah. You want to spin? Come on. Good job, baby. Good job. You're awesome. Okay, so I have like 4 minutes to say how it went from the beginning. And if you want a part 2 to this, let me know in the comments below, because I can totally do a part 2 of this from the moment she got home until now, what happened. So obviously she's pretty I was about to say a really bad word. Really traumatized. Fuck it. She's pretty fucking traumatized. Let's just say it how it is. She is. So I let her settle in a little bit. She has food. She has water. And then day 1, I started target training with her. I remember my partner at the time, he said, can you let her alone? Like, seriously, she just got here. I'm like, you know what? She has no expectation or how things are going to happen here, what's going to happen, what life is going to look like. She doesn't know us at all. I set the stage. I set the expectations. I will show her how things are going to be here. You want another treat? Okay. Good job. So this is what I'll do. So without pushing too much, I showed her first I wanted to see if she would actually take a treat from my hand. Because I don't know anything, right? I don't know how far I am. So I took the biggest treat I had because I didn't want to get bit. I took a pine nut. And then when you come at an angle like this, I'll show you, okay? Okay, you want to spin? Okay, when you come high up like this on an angle, they can't bite you, because how they bite is with the lower, I don't know if I'm going to say this word correctly, but mandible. They bite with this, right? So that's their beak, they bite like this. They can't bite like when they reach, right? So they're going to grab it anyway, so they can't bite you if you come on an angle. Wanna spin? So that's what I did, and through the bars. So I have like extra protections, really, because it's through the bars. And she took the pine nut right away. And then because I looked also, the other thing is I looked in her bag, there was no pine nuts. So I had to choose something that was not part of her diet that she liked. She took it right away. So I was like, oh, that's good. I offered a second one. She took it right away. So I'm like, okay, she really likes those. So I started doing target training in her cage right away. So I showed her the target, and then she looked at it, leaned towards it, and then I said, good. And I gave her a treat. Then I said, okay, I'm going to try to see if she's scared of the clicker. Let's try with the clicker. So I showed the target. She actually went and touched it, and I clicked. She wasn't scared of the clicker, so I gave her a treat. So we did a few target like this, not a lot, just a few, without really moving around, because I realized also that she had a hard time to like move around from a perch to the other one. She was very unstable. Yeah, it was just, she looked rough. I could see that she was not really healthy. So yeah, So that was that. And then I didn't know if she had clip wings. Like I knew nothing about her really. So every interaction with her was to learn something new about her. Oh, what are you doing? Are you gonna come here? Come here. Come on. Okay. She wants treats. Okay, we're already at the 30-minute mark. So I'm gonna leave it there. But so basically that's her story, how I decided to get her, what I know from her. Anything prior to when she was 6 years old, I don't really know. I don't know for how long he had her. I don't know anything about her life before her. She doesn't have a band. Like I know nothing, right? So if you want a part 2, let me know in the comments below and I can totally do a part 2 live or a recorded video of the part 2 of her story with me after that first day with me. What else did I wanted to say? There was one last thing I wanted to say before I say bye and I can't remember. Let me know if you like if you have any questions about Lucy, also ask this in the comments below. I will leave that live up, should be up for replay as of tomorrow. Let me know also if you prefer to have the horizontal live or the vertical. Vertical live, what it's fun is people sometimes, random people are watching, so I feel like I'm less alone. Sometimes there's some people that are actually really interested in birds, sometimes not so much, and there's like rude comments. So, and I don't have a lot of followers. I don't have a moderator just yet, so that's another thing. So anyways, let me know in the comments below if you like vertical better or horizontal better. Let me know if you want to have a part 2 of Lucy's story. And I will see you next week. Don't forget, every Saturday from 10 to 10:30 Pacific time, I go live regarding a different topic. And you can vote for the topic of your choice on the Thursday or Friday prior to the live on YouTube under the post tab or on my Instagram in my story. Oh, this is what I wanted to say. Yes. So if you want to see real updates, like in real time updates and videos of her progress, go on the Instagram Annie's Flock. The description and the link is in the description box below. You can see all the reels, all the videos, all the lives on this Annie's Flock Instagram page. You can see in real time what it looked like with her because I tried to document a lot of it. And she is the one that made me want to create Annie's Flock on YouTube and Facebook and to change my Instagram cute photos, videos of my birds into more of an educational platform. So Annie's Flock now is not only about showing cute pictures and cute videos, but more about educating people because I want to help people with their birds. I realize I do have the skills with parrots that are very difficult, and because of her, I want people, like I would hope that less birds experience things that she experienced. And if I can get the word out and how to take care of your birds and how to, I guess how to take care of your birds and give them the best life they can get, that would make me really happy. So I'm just trying to spread the word really and help other people help their birds, if you will. So anyways, see you next week. Bye.